All right, my down bad is the Packers because they stink. My down bad is Aaron Rodgers. See ya, Aaron. My down bad is Matt LaFleur. Just the whole city of Green Bay. What happened, Packers? You can't even beat the Lions, playing for nothing.
All right, this is the Boys Down Bad podcast, and we are super pumped to welcome on a 2022 All-Nebraska football team member, Nebraska Class A state champion, Nebraska Track Gatorade Player of the Year, and Nebraska Football and Track commit, Jaylen Lloyd. Jaylen, thanks for coming on, man.
No problem.
So we ask all our football guys who come on the pod this question to start. Do you have any idea what Matt Rule's emoji tweets mean?
I do, but I have asked, and he said if I have any questions on what they mean, just screenshot it, and he'll tell me what they mean.
Oh, there you go. We haven't heard that answer yet. He's got his own secret language. It's pretty cool. So I was looking. Your nickname is Ferrari. Is that right?
Yeah.
So when did you get this nickname, and how did it start? Because that's probably the coolest nickname I've ever heard.
It was actually this summer at a receiver camp I went to. Keith Williams. Everybody had told him I was fast, and then he just called me Ferrari one time. He said I really was.
And it just stuck?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, Keith, he's the man. So let's go back to kind of the beginning, growing up. What was your dream? Was it always football, or I know you also run track. So what was kind of the original goal for you growing up?
My whole life has been both football and track. I used to play basketball as well, but I didn't really like it. So I gave that up sophomore year to focus more on football and track, and I just been sticking with those two my whole life.
Your mom was a 9-time All-American in track at Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So what type of influence did she have growing up? Was she pounding you hey, you got to run track? Or what type of influence did she have on you?
I wouldn't say she was pounding me. I think I just fell in love with track. We're a big track family. Like, my dad is a head track coach at my old high school. Mm-hmm. My mom ran track. My sister ran track at one point. My mom's sister ran track. So I think track is just a big family thing. And she really taught me how to eat, and she let me know what it takes to get to the next level.
What events do you do in track? Runs?
100, 200, long jump, and triple jump.
Okay, what's fun about running? Because I hate it.
To be honest, I just got good at sprinting this year. I'm really known for my jumps, but my sprints had took off this year. So everybody know me as a sprinter, but I just want to put it out there that I'm a jumper first.
He's a jumper first. Did you have a record for a while, or do you still have a record?
I jumped a state record, but it wasn't win legal.
Oh, what does that mean?
I guess the wind was blowing too hard when I was jumping.
Oh, was it blowing from behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
With recruiting in track, what all do they look for? Obviously, you got to be fast, but what else do they really look for?
I think it's mostly about who can get the team the most points, and me being able to jump and sprint. I think a lot of colleges like that a lot, so that's why my recruiting was going very well in track.
Do you know, are you going to be doing both of those at Nebraska? Have they talked to you about it?
I haven't talked about it with them yet, but I do want to go out there and sprint a few times, maybe get in a relay.
So take us through your commitment story to Nebraska. How did you end up getting there as a two-sport athlete?
Okay, so first, I had the track offer, and I was originally headed to Florida for track because I love the coaches there, and then I got sick one weekend. Or not, people don't believe it, but I was really sick. And the very next day, Coach Rule had called my parents, and he had talked to them. He had offered me. So then we didn't commit. We waited, and we took an official visit down to Nebraska. and the coaching staff and everybody else around just sold us completely on Nebraska. Not only that, we get to play football and run track.
So you were originally going to Florida, and just like that, Rule came in and swooped you up?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. What are your thoughts on the new staff? Have you gotten to meet a lot of them? Obviously, Coach Rule, but a lot of like OC, DC, all those people?
Yeah, on my official visit, we got to meet a lot of people. We even got to meet their wives. They're like very family.
Malachi, another guy we've had on the pod. Who would win in a 100-meter dash, you or Malachi?
Are you boys with Malachi?
Yeah.
We'll let him know you said that.
Obviously, speedster for sure. Who do you kind of model your game after, whether it's in the pros or if you're even in college?
I was just having this conversation with my dad the other day. I kind of want to model my game after somebody like Jahan Dotson because we're the same size and almost the same weight. He has a little bit of NFL weight on him, but we play in like a similar style of game.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's doing well. What are you most excited for going to Nebraska being a Husker?
Just the legacy. Mm-hmm. Just to be there and know that both my parents went there. My mom competed there. I got people that I look up to that competed there. Abdul Muhammad, Steve Warren. Mm-hmm. So just being ex-Husker great.
How'd your family feel when they thought you were going to Florida?
I think they respected my decision, but after they heard I was going to Nebraska, I think my mom almost went crazy.
I'm sure she did. She had to. So another guy we've had on is your boy Tristan Alvano, also going to Nebraska. You guys played at the same high school, now going to Nebraska. Have you guys, do you guys go way back? Did you guys play like when you were little together?
Yeah, we played Little League basketball together for actually Chucky Hepburn's dad.
Okay.
We played on the same basketball team.
What's it like kind of growing up with him and then now you're going to the same college playing for Nebraska?
Yeah, it's crazy because when we was little, I swear he's like a big kicker, and when we were little, he was not that big. So my first day at Westside, I seen him in the weight room, and he had came up to me, and I had no idea who it was because it was bigger.
Like, that dude changed.
Yeah, I got one more. What's your biggest pitch to recruits that are thinking about coming to Nebraska, and kind of what would you say to get them to come here?
I would just say, come help us rebuild.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited to watch you. We'll let you go, but thanks so much for coming on. Go Big Red, and we can't wait to see you on the field next year.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Go Big Red.
Yep. Appreciate it, Jalen.
All right. Thank you, Jalen. That was an awesome interview. Good kid. Excited to see him in red.
Oh, yeah. All right, my down bad is the Packers because they stink. My down bad is Aaron Rodgers. See ya, Aaron. My down bad is Matt LaFleur. Mm-hmm. Just the whole city of Green Bay. The Packers organization. See ya. What happened, Packers? You can't even beat the Lions. Playing for nothing. They had everything to lose. The Packers had everything to lose, and they just laid an egg. They lost to the Lions. It was awesome. Absolutely. I'm still on a high from that game.
A beautiful day. I haven't been that happy in a game that hasn't involved the Huskers or Cowboys in a really long time. Like you said, Packers had everything. They were playing for everything. Winning in at home.
All you had to
Lambeau, beat the Lions, who have nothing to play for since the Seahawks won earlier in the day, and they can't do it.
The NFL tried to get them in too.
Yeah.
Why did the NFL? Why did the NFL have the Seahawks play before the Packers? Because they knew if the Seahawks won, the Lions wouldn't be playing for anything. Just easier path for the Packers. Mm-hmm. And they still blew it. Rodgers had those stupid comments like 3 weeks ago about how the Lions weren't even above 500. He's like, I'm not too worried about them. Mm-hmm. Suck it. Yeah. Suck it, Rodgers.
See ya, guy.
Have fun, whatever you're going to do now. I don't care.
Go do some ayahuasca and...
Yeah.
Does he have a new girlfriend?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You see like Jameson or... Who was it? One of the wide receivers for the Lions asked him to do a jersey swap, and he declined.
Yep.
Because he said, I'm going to hold on to this one.
Does that mean is he done?
I mean, he was
asked about it. Could that have been his swan song?
I sure hope so.
Rodgers going out on a loss to the Lions, trying to make the playoffs. Oh, gosh. Couldn't end much better.
No, like you said, it just brought me so much joy. I literally couldn't stop smiling after that game. I have some Packers fans I was sending some mean texts to. Our buddy, the both that were on the podcast earlier, Gavin and Andrew, I let them hear it.
Good.
I played dumb. I'm like, wait, isn't this a pretty big game for the Packers? I'd be ashamed if they lost, and then they lost, and whew.
What a day.
So I'm still on a high.
Aaron Rodgers down bad. Great one.
Yep.
Great one. Peters, what do you got?
Yeah, my down bad is anyone who doubted Georgia this year. If you did, I would love to hear what your reasoning was. They just won a natty. They did lose a lot of people to the draft, but you have arguably the best coach in the country, Stetson Bennett, who's been there for 5 years. He's 25, older than Lamar Jackson.
He's older than a lot of NFL quarterbacks.
And even though they were pretty much wire to wire the number one team in the country, I think for 1 or 2 weeks, Tennessee jumped them. Nolan Smith said people were saying they were going to go 7-5. I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
once.
I didn't know where that was coming from.
From the clouds.
The only thing like that you could say they were doubted on is if they were going to win the national championship again.
Yeah.
Because going back to back is very difficult.
It doesn't happen.
Especially when you lose all of that talent.
Yep.
But I wouldn't say that's anybody doubting them. But if you did, if you thought they were going to go 7-5, 6-6,
You're very wrong.
you're very down bad.
Have you guys seen their schedule next year?
It's a cakewalk.
Absolute joke.
It's like
Cakewalk.
11-1 would be a horrible season.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They could lose. It's what? Is it 12 teams next year?
2025.
Oh, still they could lose. They could definitely lose one game and they'll be just fine.
Yeah.
But
I think they play Tennessee.
Yeah, that's like their
They
only
play
tough
Ole
game.
Miss and Tennessee.
in Florida.
Just
but-
cake.
Yeah, it's just
They could do a
Um,
three-peat.
What are you guys' thoughts on Stetson Bennett?
I thought, do we want to get into this right now? Because I have some takes.
Oh, I mean, no, you can do it down bad and we can talk about it later.
We'll talk about Stetson in a second. My down bad, I believe this is a three-peat. 3 times in a row.
3-time offender.
Zach Wilson slashed the New York Jets.
oh.
Zach Wilson came out and said if the Jets sign a veteran quarterback, he will, quote-unquote, make his life hell at practice. So if you're a veteran quarterback and you're going to the Jets, watch out for Zach Wilson because he's going to be coming for you.
I'm surprised he would even stay on the Jets. I guess he's still on his rookie deal, isn't he?
Yeah.
So maybe he has to.
Yeah, I feel like the only way he's out is if you request a trade, and I don't think his trade value is high.
No.
Ultimate non-locker room guy, Zach Wilson.
Just, I get what he was trying to say, but it just, the way he said it's just the ultimate locker room cancer.
Yeah. If you're Zach Wilson, stop talking to the media.
Yep.
You
You
got to
have no
just call it
obligation.
quits.
You hate the media so much, just don't talk to
Yeah,
them.
you got to stop. And they, maybe they'll give you shit for, why won't you talk to us? Who cares? You've looked so bad in front of them all year. You just gotta cut your losses.
Maybe hang out with your buddy Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Just take a little retreat, get away.
Do some
do
ayahuasca. Just chill out. Get some tattoos. Get a fun tattoo.
Get the
on
vibes better.
on your forearm. Yeah, get the vibes up.
Just whatever Aaron Rodgers does, because he's a perfect human being.
Yeah.
Just maybe follow his footsteps.
Oh, I'm so happy they lost.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I can't believe they lost.
Let's move into college football playoff. Just an absolute shit pumping. Georgia 65, TCU 7. All you TCU hypothetical bettors, including myself, you're all clowns. We are all clowns.
Idiots.
It
Who
was
would bet on TCU?
Just it was bad from start to finish. After the first drive, I knew it was over, and I told myself and I told the boys, I'm gonna feel like an idiot when Georgia wins by 40.
Yep.
They actually won by 58.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had nothing. The defense the 3-3-5, it's great to stop the run. Or in theory, you're supposed to be stopping, or I guess you're supposed to be stopping the pass.
Right? Yeah.
So in theory, it should have worked better.
Yeah. But it didn't because they couldn't get any pressure on Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
He had
When
all
you're-
day.
When you're rushing 3 against Georgia's front on Stetson Bennett, who's a sneaky athletic quarterback.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's just not going to work.
No.
It scares me a little bit that Nebraska's going to be running that defense. But
Yeah. I mean, it did work for him for a lot of the year. but then when they ran into a superior opponent.
I just don't think anybody was beating Georgia in that game.
No, nobody
No.
was.
Like, it
They
doesn't
played
matter
so
if-
well.
It's one of those games where, like, all before the game, you knew it could happen, but you still thought TCU would put up a fight. I mean, they'd done it all year. Everybody had counted them out all year. I still thought TCU would make it. I thought they'd score more than 7 points,
Yeah.
obviously. I knew they weren't getting many stops on defense, but, man, that was just a bloodbath from the start, which kind of sucked. Just wasn't very entertaining.
I think I
mean,
saw
it was entertaining, but
it was the biggest like margin of defeat in any bowl
I
game.
think any bowl
Yeah.
game, yeah.
It's I don't know. Do we want to? I have some takes about Stetson Bennett. First of all, what are your guys' thoughts on Stetson? Cause I feel like a lot of people hate him.
He's good. I don't really hate him. He's good. He's just kind of weird. I just hear him talk to like reporters and stuff, and he just is not very composed. I don't know if he just gets nervous, which is fine. Like some people just can't talk to like media or in front of a national audience, but something off about him. But
I think
great player.
he's like, if you put him in any like movie or TV show, he's the perfect like quarterback. Like, he's been there forever. He's had a ton of success, and he's just a goofy guy.
Yeah.
I think
He's
he's
like a what's from Friday Night Lights?
Matt
Jace-
Saracen.
Matt Saracen.
Yeah,
It's like a Matt
Saracen.
Saracen.
He kind of is.
Yeah, I think he's a good player. Obviously, being there for 5 years helps. He's learned from arguably one of the best coaches in college football. His story, like, it's hard. I do think he's a little off-putting, just because he's what you're jealous of. Like, you would love to be back-to-back national title, but like in theory, his story is so good that everybody should like him.
Yeah.
He was a preferred walk-on.
Yeah.
Transferred.
Yeah.
to a
Why
junior-
don't we like him?
I don't know.
get
I
it.
don't know. I think it's just because he's had so much success.
He's
Like,
also like very cocky in a weird
He's like
way.
low key cocky.
Like just every time he.
No, I know what you mean.
He's good. Like I had the take of he
yeah.
is, based on statistics and like accomplishments, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Honestly,
yeah,
college,
'cause I
yeah.
thought
in college.
I think I saw as a start was like 29-3.
Yeah, 29-3, 2 national championships, 2 years in a row. And he tied Joe Burrow for most touchdowns in a championship game.
Yeah, I was
Accounted for, he had
shocked.
6.
I was
3 or
shocked
4
they didn't leave him in for a 7th
Yeah,
because Kirby didn't call the dogs off.
No.
no.
So
They
I was
went
like-
for it on 4th and 5 when they were up by like 38.
Yeah,
whatever
we
it
needed a
was.
field goal to keep it under, and they keep going. Not
Yeah.
that I cared, but
No. Why would you care?
they went for it, and then they did like a hurry up. They got
Mhm.
the first down and did a hurry up and scored right after that.
And Stetson, he's played 4 playoff games. He's been player of the game in all 4.
Makes
So-
sense.
Like based
yeah.
off accolades, he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
He should be one of the most likable too.
He should be.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like Joe Burrow was really good, and everybody
Mhm.
loved him, or just any
And-
quarterback.
And Joe Burrow was cocky, very cocky.
Yeah.
But he backed it up. Stetson's cocky, backs
Stetson
it up.
just
I
has
don't
like
know why,
a.
I don't
It's
know
like a
why.
weird smile that he does when he makes a big play. It just
Yeah.
bugs you, and then hearing him talk, it's like,
He
Mhm.
just is like the stereotypical like super villain from like high school football who like knows he's the best. He knows he's the guy.
Yeah.
but he's not cool.
Yeah.
No, he's
Like,
not cool.
He's not a jock. I would
Not
not.
cool.
I would not consider him a jock.
Mm-mm.
And
It's weird.
when he would go to camps, he would wear like a U.S. Post Office hat, and he got the nickname the Mailman to like stand out
Yeah.
because, I mean, he's kind of undersized. He's not going to impress you with his
Mhm.
arm strength. He throws it well, but it's not like he's like a Joe Milton who throws
Right.
it 70 yards easily.
Yeah.
He's not really an NFL prospect, which I'm sure some teams will take a shot at him, but
Mhm.
he's not like high in. I don't think he's high in the draft.
No.
No.
I'd take a shot at
I
him.
think
mean,
I think he's
Georgia's pretty much a pro offense. If
once
he can run that offense.
once he gets his shot in the NFL, I could see him being a starter
Yeah.
if he gets in the right system.
Yeah,
He would be a
So-
perfect fit in like Shanahan's offense.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. Take a shot on him.
yeah, why not? So yeah, not the most fun game to watch, but it was impressive. But let's move into the boys down bad parlay for the week. Last week was brutal,
Yeah,
I
we
did my
heard the
job.
hate. We heard it.
and we heard about it. We get it. Sometimes
Sometimes we're just wrong.
Sometimes we're just dead
I'm
wrong.
sorry I thought that TCU could stop Georgia a couple times.
Yeah. Well, they didn't. And
then Georgia just – I thought at some point when they were up big, I was like, maybe they'll call up.
Right.
no, they didn't.
No. They
Well,
did
what killed it was when the TCU it was like a minute left in the first half and they tried to go for it and threw a pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Georgia
Yes.
scored like the next play. That
Yep.
just
Killed it.
killed it.
But let's get into our picks this week. We're going to turn it around. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
We're going to be fine. Peters, start us off.
So I got Chris's first.
Okay, Chris.
Chris has the Cowboys -3. He said Cowboys played really bad this week. It'll wake them up. Bucks have struggled all year, and I think Dallas defense will sack
Hang
Brady
on.
a lot.
Timeout. It's down to 2.5. So can we start that over and we'll take the
Yeah.
2.5?
Redo.
Cut.
Redo. Cut.
So Chris has
What does Chris have?
the Cowboys -2.5.
Okay.
Cowboys played really bad last week, and it'll wake them up. Bucks have struggled all year, and I think Dallas defense will sack Brady a lot. Plus, Dallas is going to the Super Bowl, so they have to win.
Oh.
I'm very scared about that game. But
I think it's a good pick.
Yeah, good pick.
Good
Good pick.
Great pick.
Jordan, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bengals -6.5. I get it. Lamar's gonna play. That's great. He hasn't played in 5 weeks.
Yeah, he's going to be
So
rusty.
I'm going to take the Bengals here. I think it's just a good spot. They're at home. That's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're going to win by at least a touchdown.
It's good. I like it. Trev?
I'm going to take the Chargers money line. Let me hear it. I'm taking a money line again. This time it's only -115. I just think Chargers are a more put-together team. Herbert is going to get a playoff win. Jaguars looked very shaky against the Titans last week. Barely won.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's Chargers. They're just
I
going
like
to win.
that. They are. My pick is the Giants +3 at the Vikings. Also, sprinkle some Giants money line.
Sure.
I think this
Yeah.
is the game that could kind of blow everything up a little bit. I think the Vikings have been overrated all year. Giants are hot. Dable's got the boys playing hard. Daniel Jones is playing well. Saquon is finally playing well. I think I think it was 3 weeks ago they played, and Vikings should have lost the game, but they won on a game-winning field goal. So I think the Giants get it done and get their first playoff win in a while. So you can lock that parlay up.
Let us hear it on TikTok.
Where did we go wrong?
Yeah, we're probably
They'll tell
every
us.
pick.
Which bet had a 0% chance?
Okay. Boys, we got NFL playoffs this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Finally. These last couple weeks, there's been a couple exciting games, but
There's
everyone's
been-
just waiting on it.
There's been a lot of like meaningless games, and then like 2 good games a day, or a weekend. We're there. We made it.
We're also approaching quickly the end of football, which is very sad.
Yeah, college is gone.
But
I think there's like less than. Well, how many games would there be left?
Well, there's 8
8.
this weekend. There'll be 8 next weekend because 2 teams at a bye, right? Is that how math works?
3. Wait, there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh gosh,
Wait,
Where's
nope,
fact check
nope,
guy when
nope,
you need
nope,
him?
Nope.
Where's Chris?
This was a bad question.
1,
without-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games
There's 6 games.
this week.
Oh,
So then there would be 4 games next week,
Yeah.
and then
Then
2,
two and then 1.
Yeah,
6-4, 2-1.
I believe
13
so.
games left.
13 games left.
Oh,
It's coming quick.
Yeah.
and then
And
it's
then-
tax season. Oh,
Just keeps getting worse.
Oof.
But we're gonna enjoy it while we have it.
Yep.
So let's briefly touch on each game. First game, Seahawks at the 49ers. 49ers favored by 10, over under 43. The last time these two teams played in the playoffs was the Sherman Crabtree thing. Do you guys remember
Oh,
that?
Yeah.
Put a sorry excuse for receiver like Crabtree on me. Seahawks. So they've played twice this year. Seahawks have scored 1 offensive touchdown in games
Ooh.
both games combined. I think the 49ers are going to roll.
Yeah.
I don't. The Seahawks barely got in.
Yeah.
Barely beat a bad Rams team.
It's just Purdy's first playoff game, but he really doesn't. He's looked good,
Yeah,
and he really doesn't have to do that much.
Worried about the bet?
Yeah. He just hasn't looked bad yet.
No.
I know. I've been expecting it to come
He's
every
just
week,
solid.
and he's just
Just a solid quarterback.
And having
Does
this
what he
game
needs to
at
do.
home helps, I think, to calm those first playoff game nerves a
Yeah.
little bit.
yeah, and you just got to hand it to McCaffrey if you're feeling worried.
Or Debo.
Yeah.
Debo's back
Or
too.
Debo, is he back?
He played last week, I think.
Mm.
So, yeah, rookie quarterback, but I mean, 10 is a lot of points.
I know. I could see the Seahawks kind of hanging in there,
Like a
maybe
backdoor-
backdooring it.
Yeah, I can see a
but
backdoor.
I don't think there's any way the Niners lose.
No, I don't think so either.
A lot of these games have like backdoor potential.
Backdoor spreads for sure this week. Yeah. Anything else on that one?
Nope. I think Purdy's gonna get it done.
I think so too.
Yeah.
They might make a run. Second game, Chargers at Jaguars. Last time I saw it was a pick'em. Over under 47.5. Chargers lost to the Broncos last week, but
It didn't matter.
They
They
didn't
played nobody.
Did they start Chase Daniel, or did Herbert play last week?
I'm looking right now. I don't think they
I feel
played
like
anyone.
Herbert did
Oh
not.
shoot, Herbert played the whole game.
Oh, did he? I
Oh,
thought I saw Chase
Except
Daniel
for
in there for a while.
Daniel had 7 attempts.
Mm.
Herbert had 37 attempts. Ooh.
So your pick was Chargers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. in the
Feeling
parlay.
good about the Chargers.
Okay. Jags have looked good, but yeah, I don't know. This is maybe
be
the
a
most
fun game.
maybe the most intriguing game
Yeah.
of the slate. Should be a fun game. Are you worried about the Chargers traveling across the country?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I
That'll
was
be
shocked
fine.
this wasn't like the early game on Saturday.
Yeah, another night game in Jacksonville. 2 Saturday night games in a row.
Jacksonville gets lit.
You know.
It
Yeah.
was a cool atmosphere last week.
I mean,
with the Titans.
they like both teams. Both teams are
Mhm.
not in the playoffs very often, so
There's-
Chargers are always good, but then they miss the playoffs.
Yeah, there's a stat. 7 of the 14 teams in the playoffs were not in the playoffs last year.
Really? That's
So that's cool. It's fun.
That is a fun
Yeah.
fact.
Next game, Dolphins at Bills. Bills are favored by 10.5, over under 44.5.
I got it
Tua's-
down to 9.5 now.
Oh, is it 9.5 now?
See it at 9.
Is Tua playing?
Tua is still up in the air.
That might mean Tua's playing if it's going down, but
or
it's-
at least
I think it's
trending
questionable.
that way.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get to this one.
Oh, we will get to this one. This was the game earlier when Mike McDaniel wore the
Shorts.
the
and
shorts
I wish it was
and
colder.
I wish it was colder
Yeah.
shirt, going to Buffalo again. That was a good game last time though, but that was with Tua. And Josh Allen was 5-0 against Dolphins at home in his career. So I think the Bills roll.
There's no way
Yeah.
they lose,
Yeah.
No.
even with Tua.
Well, Peters has a. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that later.
Yep.
Yep.
Giants at the Vikings. Vikings -3, over under 48.5. I love the Giants here. They're in my parlay. Giants are playing well. Vikings, they're just the classic Vikings
knows?
this year. Who knows? I mean, Kirk, he's played well this year. I'll give it to him, but we'll see
Not
if
a
he's
prime
clutch or
time
not.
game either.
Yeah.
This will
3:30.
3:30, I believe.
Funny thing about the Vikings is like, are they like 13-3 or something? And at
13-4.
13-4, I bet there's not one Vikings fan that's like thinking they're gonna win.
No.
Just because they know.
Yeah,
They're like,
you
Yeah,
can't
they
be
know.
confident if
No.
you're a Vikings
nobody's
fan.
confident.
Everyone knows. If it's not the Giants, it's probably next week.
Yeah.
The Niners, I believe. Well, I guess we don't know, depending on who wins.
Could be a
like-
close game though.
Could be. Like I said, Vikings won on a game-winning field goal last time. Yeah, close game. If the Giants don't win, I think they'll at least push this one.
Yeah.
Could see it being a field goal game. Ravens at Bengals. Bengals are favored by 6.5, over under 43.5. They played last week. Bengals won 27-16, but Ravens had their third string quarterback in, I believe.
Yeah, who was even playing?
I don't know. His name was like Anthony Brown. I'd never heard of him.
Yeah, no clue who that is.
But I think Lamar's back. Or at least he's trending that way.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I saw that they signed Roquan Smith to huge deal.
Did they?
Like, so he's the highest paid linebacker, and they still haven't
He's good.
still haven't paid Lamar. So
Yeah.
if they somehow win, they better be paying that guy soon.
Ravens are a weird team. They're solid. They just don't. They really haven't. I don't know. They really haven't had quarterback play since Lamar's been out. Their receivers stink.
Yeah,
They've got nobody to throw
no
to.
weapons. Anytime I see him like on the board, I'm always like a little bit worried about him, no matter what the spread is.
Just because they're a good defensive team and Harbaugh, a well-coached team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll have to ask roommate Cole what he's thinking.
Yeah, talk to him.
Excuse me, ex-roommate Cole.
Ex-roommate.
He left us.
He's gone?
He's gone.
Whoa.
On to better things.
Tough. Wish him well.
Yep.
Last game, Cowboys at Bucks. Cowboys favored by 2.5. Is it now?
2.5.
2.5. Over under 45.5. As
This
a Cowboys fan,
Monday night, right?
This is Monday night.
Yeah.
I'm very scared.
No, you're fine.
Very scared. We looked terrible last week with a lot to play for. So
It'll
the
be
Eagles
fine.
game wasn't over. I don't know. But we haven't lost 2 games in a row all year.
I think
so.
the Cowboys might kill him. And I've been very skeptical on the Cowboys all year. I just
Yeah.
think it's Cowboys are looking bad and the Bucks are starting to get healthier. Everybody's going to think, "Oh, Bucks are going to win," but no. Cowboys are still a good team.
Yeah.
They still have that in them.
The only thing I'm worried about is every game they've lost this year has been on the road. They're undefeated at home.
It's
I
also
believe.
Tom Brady in the
And
playoffs.
it's Tom Brady in the playoffs.
It's
and
never
the NFL
going to be
narrative.
easy.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Surprised the
Okay.
NFL. These are 2 popular teams. One of them's going to get out. They don't want
Yeah.
Tom Brady to get out, but also they love the Cowboys.
Mhm.
So,
Spread is, I thought it would be a little more,
yeah, that'd be like
4 or 5,
yeah.
but I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, let's move into our NFL locks. We talked about each game, but let's give
While we were talking about the NFL though, I just wanted a brief on the Bears.
yes.
Yeah.
Really good day to be a Bears fan. Somehow got the 1 seed out of nowhere. I was also ecstatic about that. Tavo was watching I was watching the Texans game, and Tavo was so clueless as to why I was cheering.
Did you mean 1 pick?
What did I say?
1 seed.
Oh, yeah, not the 1 seed. Not the 1 seed. The number
Mhm.
1 pick, because the Texans, for some reason, decided to win a game.
Yeah.
And
That was
try.
so
They tried. They went for 2 to win
so
it.
dumb.
I think it was Lovie Smith,
I think he
former
knew he was
Bears
out.
coach,
Yeah.
just giving back to the city. He knew he was getting fired, just kind of an F you to the owner. I'm
Mhm.
going to go for 2. I'm going to win it.
Mhm.
So that, and the players, they don't care about the draft pick. They don't want to get replaced by a better draft pick. They're going to play
True.
hard to win. So
True.
You guys are you have especially in this draft, like it's in the best spot because
Yep.
a lot of the teams in the top 5 need quarterbacks.
and there's a lot of good quarterbacks.
There's the 3 main: Will Levis, Cheeks, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud.
Yep.
And if 3 of those 5, because obviously you guys don't need it, and I think the Cardinals are in the top 5 draft picks too.
Mhm.
They're probably not going to take a quarterback,
No.
so everybody's going to want to move up. You guys can even move back.
Oh, yeah. I think they will.
I think for sure you guys will move back because there's no reason to take Will Anderson at 1. At worst, I think you trade back to 2, and then you get Houston's like 2nd round.
Yep.
But you can even trade back further if you want to get like a wide receiver. You can trade out of the top, even like 15, and get like JSN.
Yeah.
Yep. Things
Or
are
you can
looking
load up on
good.
defense.
I think Bears have the most salary cap space out of
They
any
do.
team.
Wow.
Got the number 1 pick. Got our quarterback. We
I
just
could
got to
see,
put together a defense somehow and maybe another wide receiver.
Mhm.
if I were a Bears fan, I would want them to trade it to Vegas because Devontae Adams isn't going to want to play with the rookie
Yeah,
quarterback.
we'll take Devontae.
Oh.
Get Devontae and their first because he's just not going to play.
Yeah.
He's going to request a
Yeah.
trade. Maybe you have to give up the first and then like a
That's
third
Mhm.
for Devontae and their first round.
I'd be in on the Bears if they got
Mhm.
Devontae.
I'd say just go all out this year. No defense at all. Just go all out and get another big offensive weapon.
Mhm.
We'll get the defense later. They could be such a fun team next
They were
year.
fun this year.
They were fun this year, and they
Get
did
imagine
nobody.
a couple
You
weapons. on
trade
the
it to
end.
Vegas, you get Devontae Adams.
Oh yeah, I've read the tweets.
And then you also draft JSN
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
You have Claypool, JSN, Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Oh.
You don't need
Be
defense.
pretty cool.
You don't need defense.
Be pretty cool.
And you have
Montgomery's on a
Komet.
contract. It's his contract year. He'll probably leave, but they got Khalil Herbert's pretty good.
Khalil
so
Herbert's good. Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet's a stud. I know. O-line they're scrappy. They're not great, but they're average. So.
If you've got three remarkable,
Mhm.
well, I don't know if Claypool's remarkable, but you'd have three solid wide receivers.
And you have a quarterback who can get outside the pocket,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you don't need to
Yep.
block as
Also,
well.
if I was taking a quarterback this year, I would take CJ Stroud over Bryce Young,
Probably. Yeah.
which I feel like nobody has. It's not talked. Everybody says like you got to take Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
I just think CJ is a better passer,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but can't really miss on either unless you somehow draft Will Levis.
All right, NFL locks. Peters, start us off.
I'm going up to Buffalo. Buffalo -9. I'm seeing.
Mhm.
I think this is a team of destiny. Obviously, the tragic, injury with DeMar Hamlin.
Mm-hmm.
He got transported to Buffalo. I think maybe you see him at least on the Jumbotron. The boys are hyped up. I just think, and Tua is questionable.
Mm-hmm.
The line leads you to believe he's going to play, but who knows what he's going to be at. So I just think Buffalo in this spot, I think they win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
DeMar's gonna pump the boys up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if he makes like a locker room appearance.
Oh, if he makes a
Oh.
locker room appearance, -15.
Yeah, easy.
Just alternate line,
Mm-hmm.
get some good value.
Trev, what do you got?
I am going with the 49ers Seahawks over 43.5.
Okay.
No real reason. It just jumped out to me. 49ers elite offense. They're going to do whatever they want against a horrible Seattle defense. Seattle's going to be pulling out all the tricks just to stay in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Geno's proven he can move the ball. I think it'll be like a 35-17 type game.
I like that.
Over.
Good pick. My NFL lock is the Chargers and Jags over 47.5. I think the Jags are playing well. Is their field called Duval?
No,
Or they
that's the
say-
county they're in.
Yeah.
County, okay.
So that's like the chant.
Well,
Yeah.
their crowd gets pumped up. They're
Yeah.
going to be ready to play. I think they'll put up a lot of points. I do think the Chargers are going to win, and they can put up a lot of points too. Justin Herbert, solid. Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, going to put up a lot of points. Lock in over 47.5. And those are our NFL locks. We'll end the show quick with a little roulette spin.
Yep. So Chris has 33.
Okay.
I'm going to take 1. Oh. 1.
One, all right.
So we're up to $10 now each.
Yes.
I'll go with red 27 for Sam Foltz.
Solid. And I'll go red 16.
Red 16.
Here we go.
Oh. All right. We're spinning.
On red.
Come on,
27.
16. Come on.
And it's 19.
Oh, no
19.
winners.
Okay, I was close.
So no winner.
The
So-
pot increases.
Yeah.
Next
Up to
week,
15.
we'll be back.
Winner will get 30? 45? Net 45?
Yeah.
45.
Whew.
All right. We'll
getting
see if
up
someone
there.
can get it. Big shout out to Jaylen Lloyd again. Great interview.
Big Nebraska ball game coming up. I got to
Huge.
dip out.
Yep. Trev's got to
Go
get
cheer
there.
on the Skurs.
Cheer on the boys. Cheer on Sammy G and D-Walk.
I guess this is coming out Friday. We did it.
We did it.
We beat Illinois. Wow.
We did it.
Statement win.
Huge.
People are
win.
starting to talk about us being a tournament team now,
Mhm.
which maybe we'll get into next week. I
We love
mean,
that.
I can see it. I see the path.
Mm-hmm. See it.
Huge win.
All right. This is the Boys Down Bad podcast. I'm Dylan.
I'm Trev.
Peters.
Have yourselves a top 10 weekend.